Hey everyone, how's everyone getting on? Hi Quintina, hi Egyptian Warrior, Özlem, Rebecca, Tamara. Hi, how's everyone getting on? How are you all doing? Thank you for your likes, I appreciate you. How are you getting on? How's everyone doing? What are you up to? So this is going to be the last live now until the 30th, just to give you guys a heads up. Obviously, a lot of this area is going into tier 3 lockdown. What that means is we're in lockdown again. Our area is not yet, but we may well be doing that very shortly. So, how you getting on? Hi, Laura. Hello. So this is the last live now until the 30th. I'm going to give you guys a heads up. I filmed some of the 2021 videos. It's a mixed bag. And what I mean by that is, hi, Stacey. I feel like you're going to go into them and think, it's really black or white. I'm going to be very honest with you. It's like some of them are very, very, the ones I've done already, they're very hit and miss. Some of them are really positive and some of them I'm like, this can't be right. But I feel like what they're doing is, what I would recommend you do is if you go into these, so what's going to happen is I'm going to post on Monday one of the lives, one of the 2021 reviews, but it will be done via Element. And then on Wednesday, I'll be posting the second, on Friday the 3rd, and then Monday the 4th. So by the time we get to the 30th, which is the following Wednesday, you would have had all of those posted, as well as the normal bi-monthlies. So all of those will be posted up until Pisces. Then there'll be a 2-day gap. On the 2-day gap, you'll have, there'll be a Christmas special. There's the 2021 to replace the live elemental, and then we're going to start Aries. So by the time I come back, we would have done up to, I think, Leo by the time I come back. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up. That's the deal. So this is one of the last lives of 2020. What a year. We've kind of, little did I know when I started these lives that I would be continuing throughout the whole year. I did it as part of lockdown. Hi, Karen. I hope you're doing well. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Adela. Yeah, I'm doing very well. Michelle, thank you. Well, again, money's checks in the post. Yeah, so little did I know that this would be the year that we would have. But I feel like, hi, Mia. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I feel like we're... I'm not going to lie though, that what I would recommend you do for the elementals, the 2021 review by element, so water, fire, air, and earth, is if you feel like yours is super, because I had new decks as well, and I don't know. I'm half of me's like, is it the deck? Like, but my guides are like, this is their recommendation. If you watch one part and it's very kind of, I want to say polarized or very, very direct, watch, say, your moon or your other, your top 3. So ascendant, sun, moon, and try and, you know, take what you can from those, because some of them are very positive and some of them are like, my guides are dragging people. I'm going to just be really honest with you. Hi, Izzy. So yeah, just to give you guys a heads up, I will be honest with you. Some of them are super positive, but I haven't done all of them yet. I'm halfway through it. So it could well be when I do the last 2, and I'm not going to tell you when, what is getting posted when, but when I do the last 2, and it did take longer than I was expecting, we'll see. But I will give you a heads up. I've done nearly all of the end of December reads for the signs. Fire signs, if you've got fire sign elements, you've got a very good, the end part of the month. You've got a very good end part of the month. Remember when I missed Leo out? Hi, Rebecca. Remember when I missed Leo out? The whole of the fire signs, I feel, have got some kind of benefit to this part of the Hi Sky. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I've just bought a new deck. All right, so I've bought some new decks for 2021 reads. You'll see those. Actually, I don't think you will see those, but we've got the Tarot of the 78 Doors, the Mystical Tarot, and then the last one is the Shamanic Tarot, which hasn't been used yet. Then today we're going to be using the White Witch Tarot, which is only Major Arcana, as well as the tarot cards. Yeah, the Leo, as I say, they said to me, because usually I do it in order, and the guides were like, you need to do Virgo. Well, in fact, they didn't even correct me. And then, do you remember in the last live, they said there's a reason Leo's separated. It's because theirs is different. But I've just realised, and I'm not going to give too much away, but the Sagittarius one is the same. So there's definitely something with the fire signs, but I think it's because we've had Chiron going direct in Aries, and we've also in Sagittarius season. And as you know, Sagittarius is very much about temperance, which is that merging of the energies, which is that, you know, harmonizing. So as I say, you love that reading, did you, Rebecca? I'm glad you did. I'll be really honest with you. I was freaking out when I was doing some of the 2021 reads, and then I got to, I'm not saying which element it is and what sign, but I got to one of them and I was like, oh my goodness. So how it's going to be done is you're going to get timestamps for each of the signs, but I'm not time stamping the month, guys. If you want to go in and timestamp your own month, if you want to refer back. So for example, if you're a Libra air sign, so you'll go into air, you'll see the timestamp for Libra. It's not going to give a timestamp for January, February, March, April, May, June, July. It's not going to do that. You can do that if you want to refer back to it. But I didn't do it because it's already an hour and a half long for each element. And I was like, okay, this is, I was 4 a.m. I was like, I think I need to stop now. I think I might need to take a break. And then I've got to do my emails, which is lasting me till freaking 5 a.m. Sat there for 5 days replying to emails. So guys, if you're wanting to book a reading, no readings are being booked now until after the 30th of December. Know that we're not taking any bookings. Okay. And even then, the 30th of December is booked. It'll be the 31st of December onwards that we're taking bookings. I'm also going to put, if you're emailing me and also social mediaing me between now and the 30th, I'm doing social media blackout, right? So what that means is that the email I might try and do an out of office reply, which is going to be a generic, this is the deal. So if you need to get hold of me via emergency, I may be checking Instagram, maybe. All right. If you are desperate to give me an update on your situation, and because usually when I read for people, I ask them to update me. So again, if you really feel you need to do that, then I will be checking that periodically. But now I've got all the housekeeping out the way, let's do a reading. Well, it's funny that, isn't it? Why are we here after all? It's just lovely that you're doing this. You need to rest too. You deserve it. I am going to be. In fact, I'm not going to be resting. I've got some other things I'm doing on the time off, which I'm not going to tell anyone about. So, yeah, because I'm still trying to sort my website out as well. So I'm actually taking time off, but I'm not going to be doing reads or anything like this. I'm doing other things. All right. And it's, yes, some of it is self-care. Some of it is recalibration, but there's also something else I want to begin as well. So, which I will be letting you know about soon enough. Yeah, I like to keep myself challenged. So what can I say? Right, let's begin. Spirit, what can you tell us, please? What can you tell us, please, Spirit? Wow. The Chariot. I'm waiting for this to, again, we've got the light situation happening, haven't we? It's interesting because I was shuffling these cards. I feel like there was this energy waiting to be released, and I feel like this is also telling me the same thing. The bottom of the deck, we've got the Sun. Now, obviously, we've just had Saturn going into Aquarius. Is it Saturn or Jupiter? I think it's Saturn. We've got Jupiter going in direct into Aquarius, I think the 19th, which leads us up to the 21st. There's definitely a release. This is it's in between the sacral chakra and the solar plexus chakra. this is, I mean, apart from the fact that this is awakening, they're just calling it a release. Let me just jump. I'm going to jump into the tarot here to see what they're going on about, because they're just calling it a release. In fact, what they're saying is a magical release, but I'm kind of like, what do you mean? So let's see. What can you tell us, please? What's the release? What is going on here? What is the message, please, Spirit? Wow. This is a massive, I mean, it's like a karmic dump. It sounds terrible the way I've said that. Okay, how I want to say it is I don't know if anyone else at the moment is like walking through or being triggered by kind of past life energy, but it feels like this energy is about to get unattached is how I want to call it. It's an emotional release. They're calling it a systematic release. It's weird. It's like, it's an upgrade, but it's like they're talking about enzymes here. Listen, I'm not a scientist. I don't know how all this works. They're upgrades to the body and how you process things. Pay attention for around the sacral chakra and the solar plexus chakra, because it's like, I'm trying to pinpoint what they're showing me here. Yeah, they're just calling it a release, like an it's a healing. It's healing. It feels like emotional wound that hasn't been processed is just being released. They're showing me like an aeroplane. They're showing me an aeroplane, and obviously they're releasing certain things from the aeroplane. It's like a dump, literally. They're showing me that. They show me the randomest things. This is actually a navigational energy. So it's almost like things are getting released, but it's an energetic release. It's like a charging up until the 21st, a release. How do I want to put this in layman's terms or kind of just general language? It's like, you know how you have we talked about the red string of fate, we talked about the gold string of fate. It's like that, but it's not. How do I want to say it? It's something that was a different vibrational link, but it wouldn't be gold and it wouldn't be red. It would be like a different energy, but it's a link towards you. How do I want to say this? Spirit, give me a hand here. You know how you get like, I can't even talk. You know how you get like attachments, you have like links to people, you have links to situations, you have energetic ties, right? And ideally you're not meant to really maintain those because you're meant to vibrate at the same level, unless you have like very specific, links to people that are destined or fated. It's like a new links are being created, is how I want to put it. That is exactly how I want to put it. That it's almost like they're undoing any old ties, links, attachments, rooted, grounded energy. They're releasing it via this way, and then there's new ties that are being formed because they were outdated, and it's done via energy. Is how, basically, spiritual cords, but it's done via energy. It's done via energy. It's more than spiritual cords, though. It's like, this is really interesting. It's things that have been hidden. I don't know why I want to say this, but they were always there, but they just weren't ready to be seen or ready to have activated, is how I want to put it. They're saying yes. It's almost like, okay, I'll give you, hi Lynn. No, don't worry, Lynn. So you know how, I'll give you an example. You know how as a species, we discover planets, right? As we kind of grow as a species, as we evolve, we discover planets, as above so below, right? The natural law of the universe. So Pluto was the one of the last planets to be recognized, right? And then as we grow as a species, we're recognizing more and more planets. It's like as we're getting activated, other chords are being activated too, but it's like they were always there, but they weren't able to be seen at a certain vibration, is how I want to say it. It's different from that. It's different. It's like things that haven't been activated yet being activated is how I want to put it. And my guides are very careful because now they're saying, now leave it at that. Because if I start going into too much, well, first of all, we haven't pulled any more cards. And second of all, they don't want me to keep digging into the same point because they're saying that's not the point, is how they're saying it. It's activations, but done via chords that weren't meant to be activated until now. They are now I have to tap into some brand new energy because now you're just flipping it around on me. Wow, this is latent. I mean, this is DNA, but it whatever it's attached to, it's linking in with DNA, multi-dimensional timelines. This me to go, yeah, spiritual chords is not going to justify what the energy is really. They just keep saying latent ability as well. There's a lot of latent ability that's going to get unlocked. It's an unlocking on a multifaceted layer, and it's done via energetic chords is probably the easiest way to explain it, but this is really weird. So do you know how this is how I want to say it, but it's like, okay, anyone that does energy work here, usually you'll get a link to one person, and then you'll get a kind of receptive link back, is how I want to say it, like a two-way link, right? This isn't the same. It's one link, but they're communicating to each other. It's like the technology has been upgraded. I can't make it up. It's like because our energetic light bodies are being activated and elevated, our connection points are also upgrading. It's like a systematic upgrade is probably the easiest way to sort of summarize it. But the information that's being received and sent is totally different. So usual kind of spiritual cause, ties and attachments, it's because it's outdated. It's because we're being activated. And it's like, I'll give you a classic example. Your bodies, right? You know, when you're you're sleeping a lot and then you're suddenly awake for 5 days, or you're feeling aches and pains, and then you're like, well, where's this come from? Adela, there's like 15,000 other things I can say about it. It's like, let me just tap back into that energy. You know how you upgrade your iPhone and there's different systems and functions? It's like that, but our bodies are going through it. So if your body's having aches, pains, let's say, for example, you've been maintaining an optimum form for your body, right? And you're exercising and you're carrying out health activities, but there's still something happening with your body. This is why. It's like there's a whole upgrade happening, right? So it's how we communicate, it's how we function, it's our latent ability, it's our DNA activations, it's ancestral, it's a multifaceted. So it's not just emotional, physical, you know, light body activations. They're saying they're calling it a hologram. Do you know what it's like? You know, when you scan something, it's like with our energies, our body is being scanned, but it's done via what I was talking about before that I can't say the name of because they censor every time I say this word on this channel, and then I get shadow banned, believe it or not. But I'll give you a clue. It rhymes with bum. It rhymes with bum. You can't make it up. It's like we're being scanned, but that's what the conjunction is, I believe, which is in line with this whole Aquarius. But look, as you can see, look, this is why they're showing me this card. This is what they're trying to tell us. So this card is the, can you see? This is why I wanted this deck. Because do you know what the guides have been doing for the last 3 weeks? They're going, you need to get the deck. And I'm like, what deck? And they're like, the deck. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, that deck. Because we had a conversation about this deck before, but I couldn't remember the name of it. So I've been sat Googling for 2 days, this deck. And it literally came out yesterday, and I managed to get it delivered today. Can you believe that? Look at the information coming through. These guys, they know. I'm telling you, these guys, they know, because they're like, we need to get you this information before you close out this stream. So this is why, guys, if you ever get instincts to buy decks or anything like that, listen to it, because usually these guys know what they're talking about. I'm talking about spirit here. So the Chariot is a deliverance. Can you see? Hence why you've got the hands and this like portal almost. This is why I like abstract cards, because you can tap in a little bit better. I just keep hearing job done. This is why some people's soul contracts that we were talking about last time are going to be upgraded, because it's complete. And I'm not talking about that's it. They'll just get new soul contracts. That's another reason. But it's like, because our bodies are energy. It's because of the energy we're in. And this is the thing. It's also going to help. And this is also another reason why the current situation going on, it was done to make certain energies learn certain things. But it's like spirit are like, right now we're going to recalibrate this energy back. And this is part of what this is as well. So in the next couple of months, you're going to see an improvement in everything that's going on. You're going to see an improvement. All right, so just make sure this is another reason why I'm taking some time off, because I need to get my physical body in peak condition, because I'm not messing around. That was my plan, and then I got sidetracked into work. So now I need to balance as well. So that's going to be another one of my focuses. Okay, I'll give you an example. If you're one of these people that finds it hard to connect to people, or doesn't have many connections in this physical realm, that's also changing, because those upgrades are they're gonna align you with soul tribe, if that makes sense. This is a soul tribe activation. The next year, without going too much into depth, because a lot of the elemental readings I did were more, it's all love that was coming through. So what I will fill you in is a lot of this next year is, it's preparing for your it's obviously clearing the slate for the last year and rectifying and recalibrating, but a lot of it also is realigning with the right energy and the right people, the right circumstances, because everything has changed now, because there's something happening the year after that, which is big. So it's like we're slowly, but it's not a bad thing. It just means that we're realigning with the right things is all, because again, this last year was to put us back on the right track. And it might, again, feel like it really hasn't done that, because of the fact that, it's been very difficult for people. But trust me when I say this, next year, people are going to look back and be like, wow, it all adds up. Like that happened. Now, obviously, the loss of life is devastating. That's not something that we can sit and justify, because obviously that people are losing their loved ones. But I'm just hearing it's about the evolution of the next stage or the next phase that's really important. Hi, DM Love. You're realigning with people. That's okay, DM Love, no worries. It's realignment with soul tribe. It's a realignment. They keep saying initiation as well. They're talking about initiation here. Wow, we've got the Magician and the High Priestess. What is the Magician and the High Priestess, please? Thank you for the 10 likes. I appreciate you. It's getting people up to speed. This is what this energy is. It's trying to it's trying to get people up to the right kind of connection point, is how I want it. This is the easiest way to say it. Detachment of self. It's about this soul tribe. It's like they keep talking about there's something really big happening here about all these activations realigning people with the right energy, right people. I don't know why I want to say this, but it's like, I mean, obviously the twins would be part of that. Don't forget, the twins would be a part of that. The actual twin flame energies. Okay, they're just showing me a train that's been derailed. They're putting the train back on the tracks, is essentially what they're saying to me. It's almost like, and I don't feel like, well, actually, no, I'm going to say it. I feel like there was an element that was kind of rooted going in the opposite way of what the planet really should have been doing. And I feel like part of this is essentially recalibrating what needed to be done, basically. Spirit have it under control, though, is what I'm being told. So if you guys are still worried about how things are happening and why, they're saying that they just keep talking about winged messengers. So just send it upstairs, ask for signs. If you still aren't sure of how, just ask for a sign. If you're still struggling on how you're going to build certain things or get things together, or finances, work, love, something that you feel hasn't been forthcoming, you need to send it upstairs. It's as well, there's something about this energy over the next coming days. It's like the heavens are listening, is how I want to say it. Again, you're talking about a receptivity that's being put out there, is how I want to say it. It's like a receptive energy. Wow. This is reward. Wow. Okay. For some of you that, how do I want to say it? Let's put it in this way. Some of you over the last 3 or 4 years, and if this is you, you need to let me know, would have had or come across a situation spiritually that wouldn't have given you all the answers to, but you would have been shown something, and it's almost like they would have said, they wouldn't have given you the full information, but there was some kind of significance around you and an ability or a tool or something. I can't give any more depth than that because it's going to rule the wrong people. It's going to rule some people out if I do. And Spirit's saying just stick to that. If that was you, you need to say yes in the chat, because this is again activating that as well. And this is the thing. This is where I need to give my reference point, but I can't. My guides are like, don't give yours, because we've got some karmic energy watching this chat and this live. Well, I'm not about to start divulging what what my soul mission is at this point. For the next part, no, because just no. But if that was you, maybe you're not going to want to do that. If that was you and you would rather not say anything, just DM me later. But again, this is activating that. It's soul mission work, but it's mission work that you would have been carrying out, or it would have been energy that you would have been involved in the last 3 years that it kind of, you never really got an end point or an outcome. You never really understood what it was about or what it was for. And it just kind of dwindled off, and then this took over. This will be there's a reoccurrence of this. How do I want to say it without? There's a redo, but it's not. Hello, Amy. Was that okay? Brilliant. So you understand what I'm saying. So you're gonna brilliant. So this is what's being picked up, and this is what you're going to start getting instinctually drawn to, even more so. So if there's been a pause for the last year, look out for that, you being retoured, or kind of detoured to the right place, because they're just saying to fulfill what this was. They had to do the last year because it just wasn't ready. There's too many moving parts that weren't ready. And if you're sat here wondering why that was paused and why this all happened last year, you're going to get an answer for that. And I'm sorry I'm being so vague, but I'm not about to start telling everyone's secrets on here, that is definitely not going to happen. So they're just saying you need to stick to the plan. You need to really stick to the plan. All right. And again, if you've shared it with someone and they didn't understand it, or because my guides are getting super serious now, they're saying if you shared it with someone, they didn't understand it or they dismissed it, it doesn't matter. You need to keep going with it. Well, if they've given you specific information, then you need to act on that when the time is right. So if you feel like that information then comes up again during this next couple of weeks or so, up until the end of the month, you need to act on it. Okay, but you need to follow what they're showing you. So if they're not doing it, if they're not showing you anything, then don't. But if that information then is brought back up in the next couple of weeks, you need to follow that. So, and everyone else that said yes, you guys also need to do that, because what they're saying is that I don't know if it's going to happen just yet. I don't think it already has happened, but they're saying if that comes back up and you start dismissing it as, oh, maybe I was mad, that was, why suddenly again now, you need to keep going. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. You need to just keep doing your thing, because this is going to be super important. This is soul mission now. And I know I'm getting super serious, but I'm being deadly serious, because this is going to be very neat. It's needed, is what they're saying. Look, I don't know how else to put it, but great rewards. Look, this is... And if any of you... sometimes I've got to try and put it in code, because I know for a fact there's karmic energy watching this. And I'm not about to start handing my secrets over, thanks. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. And I'm certainly not going to, you know what I mean? They're just saying they don't know what to do. They're saying leave it at that. Okay. We'll tell you if we need to give you any more. Okay, perfect. Can't make it up. Look. This is a protective energy here, okay? If you felt like your protection as well has been an issue or been a problem, I'm telling you now, you don't have to worry about that. I would still, if you are looking into that and needing to get some extra protection, obviously do so. But there's an assistance coming. Oh my goodness, you can't make it up. Look. Can you see they're aligning with their little pentacles? But this is more than just a pentacle. It's an energy. It's filling the gaps, realigning, recalibrating with those upgrades that I spoke about earlier to where you guys need to go. This is also a merging of twin energies as well, because you've got 3 here. You've got 1 for each energy, and then the joint energy that's being matched by spirit is how I want to say it. She's got that protected again. This Capricorn season is going to be interesting. They're just talking about a spiritual alignment. I'm telling you, if you felt blocks, if you felt, again, these cords that were kind of restricting or anything, this is about to be totally recalibrated. Totally recalibrated. Look at that. You can't make it up. Now there's 10 of them for 10 of Pentacles. You can't make it up. This is tenfold. This is divine mission. And again, soul mission. For those of you that understand what I'm talking about, just... perfect. Go with it. I'm going to be honest with you. Oh. This is why that reading for 2020... I was beating myself up about that 2021 reading over the last 24 hours. Because I was like... But now it makes more sense. Let me see what this 5 of Wands and High Priestess is talking about here. You can't make it up. Can you read what that says? Can't make it up. If you're being, I'm going to put it this way, activation, right? We've talked about this on this channel before. And if you haven't heard my reference points to this word that I'm not going to say, because the whole channel is going to get freaking shadow banned as soon as I mention this word. It rhymes with bum, right? Adela, brilliant. Then you're exactly where you need to be. Because this is why I'm here. It's to help the twins, but this is another reason. Again, you just keep following your track and your path. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Keep going with it. Where this activation is going to really propel you forward, so that you're in alignment. It's also going to propel. Because don't forget, we're not in heaven here. We're in a dualistic reality. We're not just, again, it'd be lovely if we were, but we're again a very, they're talking about being displaced energy, right? So for some of you that are maybe on or doing sort of very, a lot more in-depth kind of soul mission work, there are possibly other energies that you just need to kind of be mindful of. Hi, Lucy. DM love, trust me, no one would, that's half the people on watching this and me. When people say, oh, you're never going to believe what I saw, trust me, you probably wouldn't ever believe what I've gone through. I mean, listen, none of us are mad here. We're just very aligned, let's say. Okay, so they're talking about, again, a bubble of protection where you're in that alignment. So this is another reason why I'm taking time off. This is another reason, if I'm totally honest with you, because I want to be ready. So again, you don't have to, it's not about panicking. Yeah. It's not about panicking. This is, again, that activation though is going to really start it's going to reawaken those elements that were brought up originally, and or the other information that may have been missing. Okay, So then you keep going with it. But again, don't forget there's karmic energy still. We're not in heaven yet. All right. We're still ascending. So you just have to bear in mind that it can be a little bit bumpy. My awareness is I'm going to be totally honest with you, for the majority of signs up until the summer, it's just a transition up until the summer. Quintini, yeah, exactly. Oh, Robin, I'm glad. Just keep your body. I'll reiterate, your body. You're going through upgrades that at some point in time are going to start making more sense. And just you're not expected to understand everything right now, because this is the thing. A lot of people are wanting to understand that's everything. It's not realistic. We just take it a step at a time. If you feel like you're struggling, you just, again, go back into what you feel is really grounding you, and then just take it as it comes. You don't need to know everything. It's just the way we're going through. Again, first of all, we've got Saturn going into Aquarius, which is a very expansive energy, because Saturn is that time energy, right? You're welcome. So if you feel like you have no one on the physical plane, you will. But you also have spirit. It could be that you're aligned more to spirit for a reason. Because if everyone on the planet is aligned to everyone on the planet, it's not going to work. There needs to be balance. Some of us need to do. I'm a life path 7, so I have a very solitary path, and I have it for a reason, because otherwise I wouldn't have learned what I needed to learn. All right, so we trust the process. It doesn't have to be. We don't compare ourselves to other people. We just, again, we honor ourselves, because again, it's only us that are here. We can only try and honor us to the point where we can, satisfy why we're here and try and make the best of it. No one's expecting you to, if you're not at that energy where your soul tribe hasn't stepped forward yet, this is where we're heading into. All right, because you got to release first before that to happen as well. And spirit are also usually very aligned with people that are feeling like they don't have many people on the earth plane. Exactly, Quintina, exactly. Yeah, if you can tap into your ancestors, your guides, your angels, your helpers, and I'll be really honest with you, that's one of my specialties, if I'm totally honest with you. Especially at the moment, without giving anyone's information away, African ancestry, I have a very strong link to Africa. And I, especially tribal ancestry, where there's lineages that have been closed out and that haven't been, it's like they've been desecrated and haven't been acknowledged. That is definitely something that I've been working with a lot through clients. But just in general, after the Christmas holidays, around the 30th, if you guys feel like you want me to, because I do offer that, to connect to ancestors, I can do mediumship and I can help you connect with them. Again, what I would ask you to do is, first of all, don't expect a reply until probably around the 30th, because listen, let's be real here, I'm off until then. But if you are interested in that, I am going to be offering it. So I'm talking about, you would need to give me some insight into your ability so I know where you're coming into. All right. And then if there's enough of you, or if I'm going to suss out the energy, because this is the thing, a lot of the people that come to me, it's a sensitive subject based on the information that comes through via the ancestors. If it's very sensitive, then I'll probably do one-on-one. And if it's more, we can do it more openly, I might do a group one. Email is Jale, Jale, psychic, psychic @yahoo.com. Yeah. So it'll just be basically us connecting to ancestors, guides, whoever you feel like would resonate. And I'll be really honest with you. If I'm totally honest with you, it usually, if you're fairly awake, it will usually take about one session. I know that sounds insane, but it really would. Anything to raise your vibration, selenite, selenite, selenite. If you're doing the salt bath, if you're working on your chakras, stick some selenite around you. That will just absorb and really recalibrate your aura. Yeah, there's a shedding of a lot of ancestral blockages. Especially native energy as well. Anything native or shamanic roots. For some reason, I'm getting a lot of African clients at the moment because their guides and their ancestors recognize me. I know that sounds insane, but something about the 4th. Wait, let me check that date. Let me check that date. You can't, there's no way I'm going to listen to you just giving random dates now, because it's not even in a couple of weeks. Let me just double check something here, because they've given me a very specific date. Is this for me? The thanks for everyone. Hang on. Let me look at the astrology for this date. Sorry, guys. Yes, Tamara. Yes. My heart was singing. My heart was absolutely singing. That made my day. I cannot express to you how much that made my day, because that energy is just, it's beautiful. Yeah, I did. See, this is you've just hit the nail on the head. This is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm talking about. That is exactly what this energy is about, Tamara. Nail on the head. Nail on the head. You need to update me as well on how you're getting on with all that. You need to update me. I know, right? Listen, I want to cry good tears too. That's all I want to do right now. That's all I think everyone wants to do. Yeah, I love it. I love that necklace. Oh my goodness, that made my year. Because it was the energy as well. And do you know what it is? It's like, hi, Paradise Zen. Again, as far as I know, my ancestry in this lifetime doesn't link back there, but I've had some super intensive lives there, and it just, I don't know why it feels like home. I don't know why I want to say that, but it just does. Yeah, it's a very dear energy to me when I tap into it. Just makes me feel like happy. Right, let's see. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I apologize. What? I'm trying to link why this is so significant. I think I know why. Guys, I want you to make a note of this. Oh, thank you, Paradise Zen. I want you to make a note of this date. And I kind of get why they would give it to me now. But April the 4th, that's really far in advance. It feels like, let me just do a snapshot of this, because the sun is conjunct Venus, but it's also just past Chiron, which is then it's direct. So they're all, I mean, the sun and Venus are within 3 degrees, but the sun and Venus have just transited past Chiron. There's something significant about that energy, and that actually would have just happened on the 4th of April. That's the only thing I can see that's really significant. Now, if I look back at the previous year, yeah, it wasn't they're just saying the alignment wasn't there then. Okay, this is how I want to say it. If you made plans from April last year, and then obviously, as we know, in March time, everything kind of fell apart a little bit, didn't it? Those plans are picking up around April the 4th. Yeah, so just make a note, because it's like the full effects of what is being shed will be happening around that date. All right. So just be aware and just take it easy. I don't want to, these guys don't want to sit and be like, well, we just have to sit and wait till April the 4th. The reason I'm saying this now is because they're saying it's time for me to say that. But also because you guys know what you're doing. You know, a lot of you do know what you're doing. Your sister's born then. Oh, wow. They're saying lucky. They're saying lucky. Does anyone remember? I think, Karen, you'll remember my birthday. I did a birthday live this year. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. It was, honest. I came off that live thinking, wow, okay, this is going to be a good year. Because we were in lockdown as well. My birthday's April the 20th. They're just talking about a celebration. And it's, again, birthdays, but also they're talking about there's something liberating happening on the 4th. Yeah, Karen. Did you? I know, right? I was like, the heck was that about? Wow, what a great year this is going to be. Is it Easter? No. Rebecca, is it really? Is it really Easter Sunday? Wow. They're all smiling at me like, you know, the type that when the guides don't want to say anything else, they're like, yeah, let's wait till she figures it out. Let's wait till these lot figure. We're just going to say that and leave it and let them all worry about it. FYI, the 21st of December is called the Bethlehem Star. Cannot make it up. So all you guys that have been brought up Christian, that have the reference points here are going to be infinite. All right. And if it is in alignment with what you've been saying about this soul mission, okay, you need to start taking notes, because this is going to start, there's a momentum building here. Does that make sense? Oh, yes. So yeah, the Bethlehem Star, that they're calling the Great Conjunction, Jupiter and Saturn conjuncting after 800 years on the 21st. The Bible was symbolic. It was a reference point. It was a reference point. It was the beginning. It was the beginning. It was only the beginning. Is it accurate? Yeah, of course it is. Of course it's accurate. But they're not going to sit and give you an instruction manual. It's too easy. Just like how I do my readings, I'm not going to give too much direct information because it's not my job to. Keep going, Quintina. You keep going. You're going to get to a point where you're going to look back and be like, okay, it makes sense now. So if you're getting led into, over the last couple of weeks, you might have already been, because I know I did. 4 years ago, I researched all of this, not knowing why. Not knowing why. Keep going. They're just saying there's more to come. You wait till we get. So this is, again, this is why I do my lives. So that I can interact with the energy and I can deliver the right messages. The group we've got at the moment is perfect. Perfect. It's taken me a year. How long have I done the lives, Karen? How long have I done these lives? The energy right now, I feel, is we're getting exactly to where we need to go. All right. So you wait, you buckle up, everyone, for 2021. That's all I'm going to say. Just buckle up. And again, if you jumped on in March, didn't you? So I think I started this in possibly the month before doing the lives. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. That's so sweet of you, Kay. Thank you. Little did we know. Little did we know. Okay, guys. So I will bid you farewell until next time. Have a wonderful Christmas. Please bear in mind that the 2021 readings that are being posted, some of them are very, very honest and direct. Make sure that you're cross-referencing. If you're watching them and it feels like it's not for you, check other aspects of your chart. Could well be that some of them resonate, maybe not. It's very love-focused first of all, but some of them are very peaceful. Some of them are a little bit intense. So just bear that one in mind, okay? Thank you so much, DM Love. So, guys, I'm back on the 30th, Wednesday, the 30th of December. Have a wonderful Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. Have a wonderful Christmas. And again, a wonderful Bethlehem Star 21st Great Conjunction. Make sure, because they're referring it to as the Grand Solar Flash. Okay, that's what they're referring it to as well. So, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful day, week, evening, wherever you are. Until next time, guys, take care.